Scientific study of RIG VEDA, class 20. Today we are going through the Sooktha in RIG VEDA Mandal Sooktha 3, and the Mandras are 4 to 6. Here the Devata is Indra. We have already seen who is Indra. We know, suppose we are doing any work. Actually we are involving in it as the coordinator to coordinate the activities. So in every work, a coordinator is required to control the activity. Suppose in every organization, for that there is supervisor is likewise. Engineers are there, or mason is there, or anything like that. In the class there is the class teacher to coordinate the activities. In the kitchen there are a number of persons involving in the kitchen, and that activity is coordinated by one person. So a coordination is required. That is science and management. That is management. Because at the same time, if we are cooking food or doing any work inside the material, inside the system, there are a number of changes are taking place. For at the time of cooking, in the pot, a number of chemical changes are taking place. A number of activities are taking place. There also a coordinative force is required. There, a coordinating, some force is required, because every material in this, every system, in everything in this universe has a tendency to remain as such as per Newton's first law. For example, while cooking food, the rice, the raw rice, has a tendency to remain as such as hard as per Newton's first law, or as per Veda, as per Sattva Guna. To change it from this hard state to soft, we should apply a external force. That is as per Newton's first law. So in every work we are doing, some changes are taking place. The system has a tendency to remain in that state as per Newton's first law. To overcome this, we should apply an external force. So in this system, there is a force acting to coordinate these activities, to change it from one state to another. And that force is called Indra. The Indra may be, this force may be coming out from the science behind it. Suppose we are mixing two chemical substances, a chemical reaction is taking place based on some chemical law. So that chemical law itself acts as a force to make that change. And after using energy, they are making these changes. So inside the system, even though we are applying all, giving all the materials to the system, and inside the system, we are coordinating the external work. Inside the system, a force is acting, which may be coming out from the science behind it, or there is a plan. As per, there is a well-defined plan based on which that things are taking place. Because there is a plan. If we supply rice, water and sufficient heat, it will change into a soft food. That is this procedure. That is the steps. So that is a plan. Based on that well-defined plan, things are taking place, and for this an external force is required as per Newton's second law. That external force is called, that coordinating force is called Indra, as per Veda. In modern science, we are not thinking in that way, but Vedas are thinking deep inside the system in which how these things are taking place. So there is a coordinating force is acting at the, then that force is called Indra. Based on this, now let us go through the Sooktha 4, 5 and Mantra 4, 5 and 6 in Sooktha 3. Now let us go through the Mantra 4 and see what it says.
ഋഗ്വേദം മണ്ഡലം 1 സൂക്തം 3-ൽ 4 ഋഷി മധുഛന്ദസ് ദേവത ഇന്ദ്രൻ ഛന്ദസ് ഗായത്രി ഇന്ദ്രായാഹി ചിത്രഭാനോ സുതായിമേ ത്വായവ അണ്ണിഭിസ്തനാ പൂദാസാം.
It says, it praises Indra, this force, this glorious Indra. It invites Indra to take the material that we have supplied in the pure form. For explaining it in the pure form, we are taking the juice of the material using our 10 fingers. By 10 fingers, we are taking the juice. That means for cooking food, we are also mix certain things with water and then press to get the juice. That is the purest form. Likewise, in every work, while we are producing anything, we are giving the purest material. In the case of cooking rice, we are first cleaning the rice and we are giving pure water. Likewise, after purification we are giving. We are giving to whom? We are giving it to Indra, because Indra is coordinating the activities to change it to food. So, after preparing the materials in the purest form, we are inviting Indra to complete that work, to accept it. Indra is accepting it, the system is taking it, and we are getting the product, not the input. The input is raw rice, we are getting the food. Now, let us go through the next mantra, Mantra 5, and see what it says.
ഋഗ്വേദം മണ്ഡലം 1 സൂക്തം 3-ൽ 5 ഋഷി മധുഛന്ദസ് ദേവത ഇന്ദ്രൻ ഛന്ദസ് ഗായത്രി ഇന്ദ്രായാഹി ധിയേഷിതോ വിപ്രജോതസുധാവതഃ ഉപബ്രഹ്മാണി വാഖതഃ.
It says that we should give first, take the juice of the material. That means the material should be in purest form. It is to be clean. If it is mango, instead of mango we can take the juice. Then only we can make very good things. Otherwise, this outer layer may be dirt. That is not. So first it is to be removed, and if possible, there is fiber inside it. To give it in pure form, we should take the juice. That is the purest. In everything, what all things we are doing, we should take the input in the purest form. That is. Then we should give it to Indra with the support of Sooktha. Sooktha means Vedic stanzas or science principles. Based on science principles, we should give it. Because if we want to produce water from hydrogen and oxygen, we should give required hydrogen and oxygen as per science. then only Indra will convert it into water. Hydrogen and oxygen combined to form water in the ratio 2:1. So we should give 2 hydrogen in the ratio, hydrogen oxygen in the ratio 2:1. In the same ratio it is to be given. The required energy in the required form is to be given. So everything to be based on science in the required equipment. We should take this in the required equipment. We cannot combine hydrogen and oxygen in any equipment using some electrical means. The equipment should be in such a way so as to correct the water. So equipment is very important. So that depends on the science through which we are going to create water by combining hydrogen and oxygen. We want to collect it. Just burning it, it may give water, but we will not get it. So to collect it, some equipment is required. So based on science principle, that is to the. So we are giving the purest material, input material to the system, and this is giving based on the science. Then only Indra will convert it into the required output. So after giving it in such a way, we are inviting Indra to combine these inputs so as to get the required output. Now let us go to mantra 6 and see what it says.
RIGVEDA Mandalam 1, Sooktha 3 6. Rishi Madhu Chandasa, Devada, Indran, Chandasa Gayatri. Indra Yahi, Tutujujana, Uba Brahmani Harivaha, Sude Dethishwa, Naschanaha.
Indra, it instructs Indra to come along with Ashwini Kumaranmar, because Ashwini Kumaranmar is the force. We have already seen it. Ashwini Kumaranmar is the force, which a force is required to convert it into another substance. If we want to break a stone, we should apply the force. Then only Indra will act in that material and it will guide the operation so as to break the bond inside the stone to make it true. So it tells Indra to come along with the Ashwini Kumaranmar, that force. So we should give force also, apply force also. While cooking food, we are giving energy. That energy is converting into force to convert it into that hard material to soft food. And so force also is required. In any action, force is required. Then only Indra is coordinating the activities. Indra is coordinating that activities. He will take the force and he will coordinate to convert it into in the soft form. So it invites Indra along with the Ashwini Kumaranmar in the first place and tells them to accept the habits. Habits mean inputs that we are given. Then only Indra will accept it. So Indra will accept it. If we want to convert anything from one state to another, we should give the input. Then Indra will convert it. For converting it, force is required. That is Ashwini Kumaranmar. We should inviting Ashwini Kumaranmar. Force also, we are also giving the force. And this is also to be based on science principles. If we want to cook a food namely sambar, we should give all the ingredients in the correct proportion. then only we will get the good sambar, tasty sambar, that food. So there is a science principle that is called recite. How to cook it, what are the materials required, how it is to be processed like that. So there is a science there. So we should give the input. We should give the pressure. Pressure means energy. It is developing from the energy. For that we are supplying the heat. So we are giving heat or energy also to get the sufficient force. Then only Indra will accept it, and then cause Indra to accept it. Then only Indra will do. Otherwise Indra will not